Hey, what's up, you wonderful people? Hope everybody's doing great. I'm doing great. I hope you all doing great. And welcome to Coffee Code and Chat, where I have to change the time on my card here, what time I have the call, because it's Saturday, but no, it's Sunday, 11 a.m. US Central Time. And I'm also looking to come back to doing live coding, but hope you're all doing wonderfully well. And hello. So I see Bram's here. Perfect timing. I'm just eating dinner. Hey, Bogey, how are you today? I hope you're doing awesome. I've been messing around with Astro lately. Pretty cool stuff. And also, let me know in the comments if my music is not too wild. I know sometimes it gets ridiculous. But yeah, today I want to talk about a bunch of different things. I want to talk about why I started interacting on Reddit and Stack Overflow. I want to talk more about communities. I want to talk about my favorite framework, or frameworks, I should say. Maybe you could guess what they are. And also I want to talk about like building in public and a cool surprise announcement that I have that I would like to share with you all, because I think it's cool to get involved and do things together. And so today, this is what we're going to talk about. So as you're jumping in, joining in or not, that's perfectly fine. But if you are in the chat, say hello. Would love to hear from you, which is really going to be really cool. So, but I hope everybody had a great Friday, had a great Saturday, and today you're having an amazing Sunday. And yeah, so yeah, how have I been? I've been pretty excited because, you know, everybody knows how much I love Strapi, but the coolest thing is that I realized that there's so many cool frameworks out there, and every framework has a very particular thing that it does well that is actually pretty awesome. And so I started playing with Astro. Astro is pretty neat, pretty awesome. And my goodness, I think I'm in love with Astro. I think if you're looking to build static websites quickly, I think that's the way to do it. And by the way, let me know if my music's too loud in the background. I want to make sure that you are all having a comfortable experience chatting. But great time. And say hello in the chat. Don't be shy. And yeah, so really cool. Really cool. And let me know how you all doing. Don't be shy using the chat. Be like, hey, I'm doing pretty good. Or like, feel free to ask questions. So we're gonna, music is fine. Thanks, Bogey. Nice. I don't want it to be like too loud, but oh my gosh, I've been really enjoying like building things in different frameworks. And so, because I love Strapi, I'm like, okay, Strapi is awesome. I get it, but how can I consume my Strapi API? And so I really love Remix. I think Remix for, you know, data heavy nesting applications like web app stuff, I think it's perfect, you know, and that's typically my go-to, right? I like Remix makes things so much easier, and I really love Remix. It's really awesome. I love the team. It's the team behind React Router, and here you could see just an example of how, you know, their nested layout works, how you're able to get data. And let me just shrink it a little bit. But it's pretty cool. And so for any application where you're looking to showcase a lot of data, having nested components like you see here, and you want loading to be snappy, Remix is definitely like the way to do it. And if I'm building web apps, like I'm going with Remix. But if you're looking to build a static website, right, and you just and I was thinking about it, there's so many websites that fall into it. Any informational site, any site that is going to be business facing. Do we really need these crazy frameworks? And some of you will be like, yes, you need them. And somebody, of course, will say, just build it in Vue. I get it. But I've been really lately enjoying Astro. Astro is like pretty cool. And yeah, like content first websites, pretty awesome. And literally here, blogs, marketing, agencies, e-commerce, portfolios. This is a perfect framework to use. I'm kind of actually really surprised that I was really late to the bandwagon of using Astro. I think it's pretty cool. So I started building a project in Astro, and it's work in progress, but if you wanted to check it out, I'll share the repo with you in the chat. Actually, let me go to the repo first, find it. But yeah, like I've been kind of, oh, I'm in the wrong repo. It's no worries. We're just gonna type Paul Braslavsky, and we're gonna go to the latest commits, and this is it. If you want to check out this project, I still have to write the README file to kind of showcase how to get started. But if you've never used Astro, oh my gosh, I'm in love. Remix is obviously awesome, and I talked about the distinction when to use Remix. But if you're starting out or you're looking to build, like they do a great job explaining here, content first websites, marketing sites, right? You're looking to build agency sites, e-commerce, portfolios. What's crazy, Astro is actually pretty awesome. And what's awesome about Astro is you could actually just use HTML and CSS, and it supports ability to use React if you wanted to. So I started a project. I'm trying to not use React. I'm just trying to use like straight up HTML, CSS with Tailwind, of course. So I'll share the repo here. It's Strapi Astro. Starter, its backend is powered, of course, by Strapi, because Strapi just allows you to build an amazing API really quickly, really fast. So highly recommend it. But you all probably know that since you follow my channel. But the front end is powered by Strapi. And what I love about it, you're literally just like writing HTML. Like this is like so cool. Like if you look under source, let's go to just like layout here. We'll go to the default layout. Yeah, it's just like HTML, and you're able to create components. Like I have this hero section component. It's straight up HTML. It's like so cool, and not all the dynamic functionality is done, but it's coming along. So I'll show you. This is what I have so far built. What's cool about this, I figured out how to create dynamic navigation and pages. For instance, like we have our home page, we have our about page, obviously no content, we have our contact page, our blog page, and the way which is kind of cool, I added like the blog here. You could like read the blogs, and it just very easy to render markdown. I have to style this better, but I don't mind. I don't care. This is all good, right? And so building, like, honestly, if I were to go freelancing right now, or like my niche would be niche. Hello, Jazz, how you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, I'm having a great day. I hope you're having an awesome day, and thanks for stopping by and joining. So I'm talking about how I just recently discovered Astro and how I'm surprised that I haven't used it in forever, and it was a mistake. And maybe it's good that I waited, because Astro is on V3 now. They're farther along, and so perfect for blogs, marketing, agency, website, e-commerce, portfolio. And what's awesome, you could have it all powered by Strapi. So I'm kind of showcasing what I'm building here, and I started this basic page. This so far is not dynamic. This is static HTML, but it will be powered by Strapi. I was able to just focus on the blog. So the blog is powered by Strapi. For instance, if you take a look at my content manager on the Strapi, you could see that I have my articles, and yeah, you could enter articles, you could match it from Strapi admin. And the cool feature now here with Astro, like here, check this out. I have my about page, content page, home page. If I create a new page, right, let's say, what's a good page? Let's call it products, and I'm gonna say these will be products, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna add metadata. This is product page, right? And product, how original, right? Product page. Let me save, and I will have to restart my make sure I publish it. Let me restart my, so we have 4 pages now. So we just added this product page, and then if we go under my app, and I might have to restart it. Let me do this here, because it needs to rebuild, because these are statically generated pages, but even though I'm in development. But let's see here. So what's cool about now, what you're able to do, like I didn't have to add this route, But if you go to products, you should see, here's our dynamic page. Obviously it doesn't have any content yet, but it's coming. This is coming from our product page. So you could actually create pages on the back end in your Strapi admin, and they're going to show up inside your Astro app. And what's awesome, I also created this ability under global where you could add items to your menu. So if I want to add products page, and I think it's products, I think that's what I called it, products. I hope that's what I called it. This is fine. Let's move this here, click save. Let's go back to our app, refresh, and now notice we have our pages. We have our home page, we have about, contact, products. Yeah, perfectly works. Nice. We have our blog page, and so we're able to add our pages dynamically. Hey Artur, how you doing? I'm doing really awesome. I've been exploring Astro. Astro is phenomenal. I was going to say, if I was going to go into freelancing right now, I would literally focus on building sites with Astro and Strapi, because the workflow is so fast and so easy, and you're literally just using HTML and CSS. You could use React if you wanted to, but it's perfect for blogs, marketing sites, agencies, e-commerce portfolios. So for public-facing websites, using something like Astro is pretty good. And Jazz, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm going to make a lot of content around, obviously, Remix, next, like probably in this order, Remix, Astro, and Next.js, because I think this is really cool. I think, and I'm going to update my roadmap to include Astro in it, because if you learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, Astro is like the next step, and you could build so many cool websites with Astro that it's pretty awesome. So I wanted to kind of showcase it, manage, and let me just kind of show you, if you're interested or not, how I'm handling this, adding pages dynamically to Astro. Like I showed you, we added our contact, our products. I'm gonna quickly show you. Listen, Webflow is for chumps. No, I'm just kidding. Webflow, Bram, like that's a really good point. Webflow is awesome too, and it's for people who want to use page builders. And to be honest with you, like you could use Webflow. There, everything has a use case. So how did I start building this website really quickly? Like how did I get this CSS? I'm just using Tailwind, and I really like Shuffle. It's HTML, CSS. Oh, good Lord. I have to log in. I don't think I remember my password at Gmail. Let's see if I could remember my password from the first time. Because on my other computer, it's so I use Shuffle. And so check this out. Like open an editor. So this here, you could use this as a page builder, and this is using like HTML, CSS, and Tailwind. And so like, how did I build out my website quickly? I just like used existing components, and and so this is kind of cool. And this is what I love about the fact that, and this is returning HTML. So basically, look, check this out. I'll show you how simple it is. Actually, this is a great question. So let's say I want to add this. Let's see. I'll do logos, or portfolio. Which one? Frequently asked questions. Let's add frequently asked questions. So I want to add frequently asked questions to my Astro component. So I just used Shuffle, and this could be any page builder if you want. But the Shuffle is kind of cool. I literally do this: HTML, Command A, copy, go into my project inside Astro. I'm gonna build a new component on the front end, source components, new file. I'm gonna call it FAQs, like this, Astro. And there's more to it, but I just want to show you how easily it works. And you could make this dynamic, which I will, to pull data from Strapi. But check this out. I created this component. Now let's go into my pages, and here's my home page, my main page, where I have all those components. I'm gonna make this dynamically powered by Strapi, whatever. We're not there yet, we're getting there. So let's add FAQs after showcase. I'm just gonna add my FAQs I think I spelled it FAQs like this. And again, this is going to be static right now. I'll add dynamic data later, but all I'm going to do is just import it here. Import FAQs, and then let's go back to my project here, homepage, and look at this, FAQs right there. We have them. Obviously, I need to add behavior here to open and close, which I'm going to do later, but look how easy this is. This is so cool. So cool. And Bogey, I haven't had a chance to test teleport yet. That's definitely on my list because I was really too excited about Astro. And let's quickly, before we move on, take a look quickly how it's like you're able to generate dynamic routes. And so what I'm doing here under pages, I literally created a folder. So for any, like, it'll be like my name, website, about, slash contact, slash whatever slug matches that already doesn't exist, block and index, right? It's going to be dynamically generated by this index Astro file. And what I'm doing here, I'm basically fetching all the pages. Why do you have to fetch all the pages? Because I want to get all the routes and all the data, because this is going to be pre-built or pre-fetched, and then it's going to create all these pages during build, because at the end of the day, Astro just returns HTML and CSS, which is fantastic. And so I'm creating static props, and I'm getting the page data, and here, boom, here's my dynamic page. I have the layout, and obviously I'm going to add more stuff here. There's going to be content that's going to be coming from Strapi, but what this allows me to do is any page I add in the back end of Strapi, like under pages, let's do create another page. Let's add meta title. Let's say showcase, whatever. This is showcase. Showcase, whatever page, description, show cool things here. I could have called this community too. And so boom, we have our showcase page. Eventually I'm going to add dynamic zones here to add data. I'm going to save and publish. I do have to restart my application. So on the front end, let me also add showcase to the menu here. I know, I'm just so excited. You know, people could be like, dude, you showed this too many times. So what? Showcase, and it's gonna go to showcase. I'm just excited that, like, if I get fired, I have a cool tech stack to just freelance and build customer websites with Astro and Strapi. And of course, if they need a web app, I'm going to use a Remix, which is pretty awesome, So let me restart my project here. This is really, really cool. Really neat. I really like it. And Artur knows Astro Vim. Vim, I'm too, like, I'm not even going to get there to touch Vim right now. It's just too crazy. So yeah, so if I haven't sold you on Astro right now, like, Jesus Christ, like, I want to sell you on Astro. Come on, restart. I maybe like, look at that. Showcase, our showcase page obviously doesn't have any content, but look how easy dynamically add pages, add content. Like, oh my God, I am so excited about Astro. I'm still really excited about Remix and somewhat excited about Next.js. Next.js is awesome. I am actually really excited about Next.js because I'm going to make a surprise announcement. I'm going to make it now because why not? So we talked to death about why I love Astro, how awesome it is. Let's, and by the way, don't be shy. Hey, Wave fan, how are you? Checking us out on Twitch. I'm starting to post this content on Twitch. Also, I stream on YouTube as well, which is kind of cool that we have somebody very awesome. Thank you from Twitch showing up. And I know in the US it's a holiday weekend, so I don't expect that many viewers. But if I have 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or 20, it doesn't matter to me because I'm gonna hang out with you because you're awesome. Anyway, so thank you for stopping by on Twitch. And if you have any questions, definitely ask about anything. But today I'm just talking about my favorite frameworks, what I like, talking about a bunch of other stuff. And Nabil, hello, saying hello to everyone. Great to see you. Very, very cool and very awesome. Love to see all the new faces. So if I didn't sell you on Astro today, oh my gosh, everybody go try Astro. And if you want to try Astro, the last part I'm going to say is I have this Astro started that I started. It's work in progress. I didn't write the README file, so you could always ask me questions. And I am going to start participating more on Discord. I'm very terrible at social. I'm not going to deny. Like, literally, if people want to chat with me, the best time is during the stream. But I am going to make a valiant effort to start hanging out on Discord. And let me shoot an invite link for anybody that wants to join the community. And the things that I want is I want people to like hang out on Discord regardless if I'm here or not, which I'm gonna be here because I'm going to have few build in public projects together, so any one of you in the community could jump on, participate, and help out. And that's the surprise that I was gonna give. A surprise is I met an awesome dude, Jay, by going to Next.js meetup. Actually, I could probably see, yeah. And so I'm actually October 12th going to be giving a talk at this meetup. And what I decided with Jay had this cool idea. It's like, let's build a cool project together in public. So we're actually, and we're going to jumpstart it on the 12th. I'm going to make the announcement with him on this meetup where we're going to build a project together using Next.js 13, all the newest features, and Strapi, because that's going to make us move fast. And we are, let me go to my GitHub. Where's my GitHub? I forgot what I called it. Let's just see if I could find it, because I'm still working on it. Build in public, Next.js build in public. I'm going to share the link, and so anybody could participate. We're going to be building a event app, and so I'll walk through like and again, this is just pre-announcement. We're going to technically start announcing this at the 12th, but I'm going to start building the thing here. And so this is an empty project, nothing's there. I'm going to actually create an issue, a new issue. I'm going to say public chat, and so we could comment here in this chat, share your thoughts and ideas. I can't spell thoughts and ideas. And I'm gonna fix this later. I'm just gonna do like recommendations for this project, right? Because I can't type. Okay, submit new issue. And how'd I pin it? I want to pin it. Oh god darn it, I'm not logged into the main repo, so whatever, I can't pin it yet, but we'll do it. So public chat, and this is a good example, by the way. I literally added this issue being not the owner of the repo, and that's the whole point. We're going to build in public. You're able to add your thoughts to the conversation. You could give us ideas about what we should be building, the project and stuff. And so basically this is the idea. The app requirement for what we're going to do, it's we're going to build a Next.js and like powered by Strapi. It's going to be Next 13, probably all the bleeding features, including, hopefully, yes, we're definitely going to do server actions. And we want to build together in public. And if you want to participate, you can. You don't have to, but I would suggest anybody that's wanting to build something together, it's such a good way to get involved and do cool things. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. And Wei Fan, I'm gonna jump in and answer your question in a second. And yes, I'm gonna talk about your questions in just a second. And so here we go. And so basic features that we want, we're going to build an event app. We want people to be able to log in and register with email and password to start it simple. We want people to be able to manage events. So it's going to be full create, read, update, and delete functionality. You should be able to create an event. You should be able to read events and show them. You should be able to update. Nice to have to be, as a creator, you could update your own events if you have to make changes, and you should be able to delete your events. Then we're gonna have the detail page, which will have the image description. So we're starting very simple, and this could definitely grow more, but we have these basic things that they are must for us to build. But if you have any ideas or you want to add any features yourself, you could do it via PRs. And then event integration, you should be able to like events or upvote events. That's what we're going to use. Nice to have. Maybe if we get time, we'll add, you could comment on events. User profile, we're going to have very simple profile with username and email. And nice to have, you should be able to option to change your profile picture, username, or email. And what we want to encourage is people to participate. You could contribute, you could fork the repository, or you could submit PRs, and we might review them. Either we're going to do 2 streams, we might review them on the stream, or we might review them asynchronously. We'll also going to do polls where you could like choose the product name, like the theme to use. You could suggest alternative tech, but for this one we are using Next.js 13 and Strapi with Tailwind. You could provide copy, design suggestion, logos, and you could also add new features to PRs and stuff like that. So really excited. Definitely follow start this fork, or I'm gonna start releasing announcements and talking about this project. So really cool, really awesome. So that was my surprise, and I met Jay through going to meetups, and I just want to reiterate, make sure you're all getting out there, going to meetups. Such a great way to meet friends. And Jay and I, we met for lunch the other day. So awesome to meet with people, like make new friends. And we just had a conversation about coding, and just by talking to him, we were riffing off each other. We came up with all these cool ideas of things that he wants to do, the things I want to do. So it's pretty awesome to get out there, chat in public, hang out with people, and build things in public. And that's how this idea came to be. So we'll chat more. But coming to Wave's fans question here, and Wave fan says, yes, I actually had a question in mind. I've been coding for a while now, and I started with Lua, which I know now pretty well. I'm trying to learn C, but it feels pretty hard. Any tips? And so I'm assuming you're doing this because you're probably interested in game development, and I'm just guessing here because you said Lua, so I'm assuming you probably did Roblox and then C++ because Unreal, or you actually want to build like enterprise level apps and stuff with C++. So I'm not a C++ expert. I've done one C++ course in college, and it is hard. And I think if you are starting and going from language like Lua, C++ is going to be difficult. So what I recommend anybody who's kind of looking to have like a easier time doing C++, like start with C, build some basic stuff, and then C++ obviously builds on top of C. And to be honest, C++ is a very hard language to learn. And the struggle that you're going to be facing, it is perfectly normal to do. And then Bram is saying like, yeah, go something like JavaScript course. Yeah, I think JavaScript is nice, but if you're like literally, you're like, I want to learn C++, I literally would say learn C and then do C++, because and Bram said, yeah, never mind, because like that just makes more sense if you are going to focus on C++. There's like no easy way, and so that's what I would recommend. And everybody I talk to, C++ is a difficult language. I don't do C++, but I did take one course in a local university here, and I literally did C++. Then I gave up on C++, just being completely transparent with you, because like, you know, I'm not like, if I were to learn C++, it would be to build games. And then I realized like C++ locks me down in a certain way. So I decided like, you know what, instead of C++, I'll learn C# and use Unity. I know Unity fell out of grace with all of its community, but I think Godot uses C# as well. But the reason why I chose C# over C++ is because I wanted to have a language that I could explore and make games. I think it's a good compromise. But also I could create web stuff with it as well if I had to. And then I didn't give up on C#. I just do it for fun, making little VR games. But I'm not going to be a game developer. So I am more in the web dev, and so for me it's JavaScript and all the way. And there's definitely a lot of great courses like Bram says for C++. I hope that was helpful. That's what I would do. So We chatted about the coolest new framework I discovered, Astro. If you're not using Astro, oh my god, it is so good. I shared a Astro starter project that I started working. Hello, Northern Chimp, good to see you. How are you? I shared how, I'm selling the wrong things. I shared the Astro project that I'm building. I shared the link to it. It's somewhere in the chat. You could scroll up. Pretty cool, like Astro, like so let me just quickly back up and finish up this thought for anybody that just starting out coding. So I think like when you're learning, it's very important to be like focused. And so I kind of going to update this roadmap a little bit. And if anybody wants to see this, I'm gonna share this so you could check it out. Anyone can view. I'll throw it inside here. And so I think like whatever you decide to do, if it's game development, if it's web design development, what have you, it's important to just understand that you can't learn everything, and it's important to pick and have like a roadmap. So for me, I just wanted to be a React developer. That was literally my goal. And I didn't start with this roadmap. I wish I had it when I was starting out, but I've been working on this, improving. So if it could help anybody, it could help. So basically right now I have HTML, like decide what you want to learn. Let's say I'm going to use React Developer as an example. And the idea is like, okay, once you know who you want to be, what you want to do, decide the technology you want to use. So I suggest learn HTML, CSS, and Sass, learn JavaScript, learn React, learn how to consume data from an API, and you could find like a weather API. There's so many APIs available. Then take a basic course on databases, and don't do Firebase, don't do whatever. Use like SQL type database. So my favorite is Postgres. Then start learning TypeScript, learn GitHub, learn Next.js and AI tooling. And so the correction that I would add here now is, I think a very good, actually I'm gonna move it here. Very good thing, because you're able to build amazing websites with just HTML and CSS. Like here, I'm going to say my new recommendation is learn Astro, because Astro is going to let you get to places like really, really fast. And I've already demoed kind of like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm breaking my whole thing here. I already did like a demo of why Astro is awesome. I kind of showcase what I'm building. And like I started building this thing, website, the basic blog website powered by Strapi. So data is coming from Strapi, which is pretty awesome. And what's even more awesome is that sometimes React, you don't need React for everything. For like Astro on their website, and again, we're gonna kill this. We're gonna talk Astro to death today, but it allows you to build very awesome SEO, blazing fast websites, which are perfect for blogs, marketing sites, agencies, e-commerce, and portfolios. And literally, like if I was to freelance, my tech stack would be Astro, where I would just code stuff with HTML, CSS, Tailwind, and then have my backend powered by Strapi. Highly recommend, highly recommend. So I think I beat this to death. Everybody knows that now I love Astro, I love Remix. So if I were building sites like blogs, marketing agencies, e-commerce portfolios, I would use Astro for a majority of those use cases. And if I was building a web app, which has a lot of data and needs like really heavy nested routes and nested data, and depending on which route you are, it will display a certain type of data, Remix is my favorite. And then Next.js for things in between. That's literally like where I'm at right now. And speaking of Next.js, we're starting this public project that we're gonna make official announcements on the 12th, but you could check out the repo. You could start a conversation in public chat where you could just say, wow, my internet is slow, like, hello everyone. And you could say hi here and start a conversation about what we're gonna build. And very, very fantastic. So I'll share the repo here if you want to participate. Also, you could join our Discord, and I already put the link there as well. But coming back to that mirror everywhere. So Now I would recommend, add Astro before learning React. And Astro actually supports React, but you don't need it. You could use HTML, CSS. So I'm going to update this roadmap to include that. And if you have any feedback on this roadmap, check it out. But I can't stress enough, when you're learning, regardless if you're going to be a full stack backend, start with front end, because full stack to me is not a junior position. Full stack, it's like intermediate level developer, because there's so many things that you have to learn. I'm still a front end developer who kind of making the transition to full stack, but I wouldn't say I'm a full stack developer, because to my definition of full stack, it's like you need to know how to deploy things on your own. Like you need to know how to work with databases really well. Like you need to be able to restore data if you break stuff. You need to be able to migrate data. There's so many things you have to do, but as a front-end developer, in the bare minimum, you should learn how to consume APIs, and you should learn like how databases work, so you understand what APIs are doing on the back end when they're communicated with databases. And I'll just take one Postgres course, because I think it's very important. And if you don't take an SQL style course, you're going to be doing yourself a huge disservice. And so I do want to kind of share that with you. So coming back here, we talked about my favorite frameworks. We talked about meetups and building cool things together in public. And I'm going to also just say, don't be shy. Like I have people make fun of my code all the time. Don't be shy to showcase what you're building. Like for instance, literally like on Twitter, I just recently released like here's what I'm working on, and people could engage and participate. I had people repost, people like it. And so if this resonates with someone, instead of building it in a silo by yourself, you could meet friends like through Twitter, through going to meetups and work together. And then we are going to start a public project with Jay working on Next.js and Strapi, which I'm gonna make more announcements as we go along, but I shared the repo with you. So building in public is important. Why? Because you make connections, you meet people, and you also learn faster by building things with other people. And so I can't stress enough how important it is. So if you're not doing it, you're not looking to do that, I highly suggest, and this is why I'm going to start pushing to either, hey, here's what I'm building, just go to the repo, check it out, give your feedback, let us know like what you're doing, try the project, participate, right? At any level that you want, because it's pretty awesome. Because, like for instance, let me go to here. Like I built this corporate starter, and it has a lot of stars because it's on the Strapi repo and it's pretty popular. But I started this by working together with Trisha, Daniel, and we built this amazing Next.js Strapi starter, which is fantastic, which allows you to like get started really quickly, really easily. You could just go to this repo. I'll share it for anybody interested. But like the cool thing, when I started building it, we actually had 11 people contribute to make it better. And what's awesome, when you contribute to projects, you could kind of share that, hey, I contributed to this project, I did this. And it's just a great way to get stuff done in the community. And my gosh, Jazz, I'm gonna try not to cry, but thank you. I really appreciate, like, part of me like doing this channel, like I don't have any monetary gains from YouTube. I do it because I want to share the things that I do. And so I'm kind of really like seeing comments like this. I just want to show the realistic approach of how I went from nobody to break into like web dev. Like you could, like if you go to, let me just read Jazz's comment first. Let me switch to a different screen. I'm forever grateful to you for sharing all your tips, and as someone barely a year of experience and still learning new stuff, keeping up to date is easier than thanks to people like you. Really, you're one of my biggest inspirations. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And here's the point, like I don't want to be a YouTuber, and this is like, as weirdly as it sounds, I want to have huge reach on YouTube, right? I want to be able to meet cool people through YouTube. I want to find opportunities, but I don't want to make money through YouTube, because I think that's going to drive the type of content, and then I'm going to have to do sponsors and sell shit and stuff like that. What I want to do, if I'm going to sell something, I'm going to sell my services. creating websites for people, building SaaS projects. So my income I want to make as a developer, not as a YouTuber. And so the reason why I chose to do that is because I want to have a channel that it's unbiased by, you know, trying to sell you things. And because I feel like I want to share my story, my experience of how I became a developer. And if you go to my YouTube channel, like if you really want to laugh, like people, like they see where I am today. They're like, oh my God, like I'm not saying I'm that cool, but I am in a different place as a developer than I was 4 years ago, for sure. So if you go to my channel and you take out the videos and you look at oldest, I literally started talking about my journey in my car driving, and I realized I'm not sharing my screen, so let me share my screen. In my car, literally, this is a video from like 5 years ago, talking about how I'm learning to code, what I'm doing. This is before I had a job, right? I didn't work as a developer. So to me, in a span of 5 years, it was a little bit longer, but I just started a YouTube channel 5 years ago. And the whole point of the channel was to just kind of see, is it actually possible to switch careers late in your life or any point of your life? And what does it take? And so a lot of like this is what pisses me off about YouTube, how to get hired, how I got my web dev job in 3 months, right? Because this is, maybe it's possible. How I became a developer. This is bullshit. It is bullshit. And especially, listen, like to me, like maybe there's 1% or 0.01% of people in 3 months. The truth is, becoming a developer is very difficult. It's very hard. It takes a lot of work and effort. It took me almost 3.5 years to become a developer. And like stuff like this, it annoys me because it sets people to fail. Why? Because you try this web development gig for 3 months and then you realize it's really hard and you can't get a job and no one's hiring you. It's like, what do? You give up. Like, right? No, you got to set realistic expectations and understand that it takes work, it takes effort, and this is something you have to live and breathe like every day, and it's difficult. And so I wanted to create a YouTube channel where I share the real journey of how it went from like if I had to sum up my story, like I'll sum up my story really quickly. I'll sum it up to you just because to kind of give you an example. So I started before coding, I taught Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. I have this channel here, and I used to literally be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor teaching Jiu-Jitsu. And then due to injuries, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I could teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu long term because I can't lift my hands over my head because I'm fundamentally broken and injured. I kind of went back to training again. I don't post too much on this channel, but I literally ran and taught Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Dude, I got so fat, I gotta lose weight. Like, let's not kid ourselves. If you're not exercising because of it, like, you get back to exercise, start eating more vegetables. I'm not saying that I'm doing a good job, but look at this slick looking dude, sexy. And this is where I am today. I'm not fat shaming, by the way. I'm just saying that, oh my God, look at this dude, huge. I'm not fat shaming. I'm just saying, like, everybody should have a goal. My goal is to kind of start exercising again and kind of get back into swing of things and shape. But I took a long break from jiu-jitsu and exercise because I really wanted to focus on switching my career. And part of that, listen, I kind of neglected some of the things like eating healthier. I'm back on track now. I'm working on it, but I just wanted to kind of share complete openness that switching careers is hard. Learning to code is hard. It takes time. It takes sacrifice. And because you're going to be spending time on learning to code, and other parts of your life might have an effect, right? Because you only have 24 hours in a day, and you have to understand how are you spending that time. Very, very important. But so I wanted to share that because it's like, I went from teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to starting a YouTube channel just to kind of keep track of my journey. I literally did it to be like, am I actually going to get a job? Am I actually going to get hired? And I just created content to kind of keep my journey going, like talking about, you know, literally from my car, being like not even having a job in dev yet, kind of trying to be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I just want to share this. I know like most people don't care, but this is where I started. I started like random dude trying to get hired, and over time I kept improving, making connections. And what's impressive to me now, where I am, I'm able to you know, like I had opportunity to give a talk in front of a bunch of people, which blew my mind. So I went from being some random dude in a car, right? In the car, not knowing how to code, not having a job, getting hired, paying my dues. Took me 3.5 years to get my first job. Hopefully it won't take you that long. Getting to a point where here I am on stage at Remix Conf 2023 giving a talk. And to me, this is why I tell people, set realistic expectations. Most importantly, don't give up, don't quit, and make friends, make connections. This is why I'm a big proponent in building in public, getting out there, and more importantly, going to meetups, participating in communities. So like I gave a bunch of talks. I don't know if I could see like the talks that I participated, but I gave a talk at Next.js, Remix, Jam Stack. I gave a couple of talks at Strapi NL meetup. And so it is very important. So let's open it to questions around like and talk more because I do want to engage with you. But this idea, getting out there and building things in public, going to meetups is important. So let me talk on. Yeah, and Bram, thank you. This is why building in public, going to meetups, building these connections. Bram is absolutely right. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and then it's what you know, right? And so, like, this is gonna sound bad. I'm not saying this to be mean. I've never sent out like 300 resumes in my life. Instead, I made connections with people that I know, people that know that my level of skill. And I always got referrals. Like every job that I had was, I gave my resume to someone and they brought it to their job and they shared it with their like hiring manager, and their hiring manager is like, hey, let me like, you know, let me give this guy an interview. Doesn't mean that you're going to get an interview. And this is why I say it's like, obviously work with recruiters, send out resumes, but make connections, meet friends, generally work together on projects, and you're going to get somewhere. And I'll give you a really good example. We have this user on the Strapi Discord, Yandex. He's always hanging out in the community, always asking questions. And here's the story. He told me how he helped someone in the community. And this brings me to the next question in just a second, a thing that I want to share with you about building in public before I answer Jay-Z's questions next, is he met someone on Discord, he helped him out, and then that person's like, hey, like, thanks for the help. I have this project that I'm working on. Do you mind if I hire you? And I'm going to pay you $1,500. I forgot what the amount was. It's a pretty good amount. And he helped him out, and he got paid. So he made a connection. And because he did such a great work, that person who first hired him just for that one thing said, hey, actually, my company's hiring. We would love to have you in our company. And he got a full-time job opportunity that he's in the process of locking down through that interaction, through that connection. So answering Jay-Z's questions about coding in public, do you recommend going YouTube route or blog? What I would say is wherever you feel comfortable. I love YouTube because it's very, like, it's the only reason I use YouTube because it's a search engine, right? And so people are able to discover you. To be honest, what you could do if you prefer writing, I would do like a blog. Like, I mean, you need both. You need a blog and YouTube. It just depends, like, where do you want to spend more time? And it really depends on where you're most comfortable at doing. But I wouldn't like some people say having a YouTube channel, having a blog is too much work, like, even though you need them. But the way I would get started is just whenever you build something, you could literally share a gist or a README file on Twitter and be like, hey, this is what I'm working on. If you want to check out my project or work together or give some feedback. Don't agree. YouTube and blogs are not important. I think it depends on the goal. But what I would say, if you want to build connections and be public facing and build in public, yes. So this is what I was going to say. If I had to grade stuff by level of importance, Bram is absolutely right. Although he doesn't agree with blogs are not important and videos. So here it is. Yes, the most important part. So this highlights a very important thing here. YouTube and blogs could be a form of procrastination, because building in public means joining a community, working together, asking questions, answering questions, and that's where you meet people. This is where you start contributing to open source projects or working together on projects. And this is number one, the most important thing. So I would say joining communities, going to meetups, and then sharing on Twitter like the things you're building. So you don't need a YouTube channel, you don't need a blog. So if you don't complete this first step, joining the community, then all the other stuff doesn't make sense. And this is my next point that I want to bring up. So I am actively on Meetup looking for local meetups. And if there's no local meetups, I'm actually going to start a Strapi meetup myself, like organize an event. But you can go to sites similar to this one, meetups, find physical communities that you could go to, because I think meeting people in person is very important. I know like Bram, he goes to, he's been physically to this a meetup in Netherlands because he lives in Netherlands. He's also participates on our Discord community. So what I would say, find local meetups, either through a site like Meetup or other platforms. Next, find communities on Discord that you want to participate. Did I close my Discord? Where's it? I think I closed it. Find communities on Discord. Open browser. So, and I'm gonna kind of like, so here's some communities I'm in, and like, you know, I'm actually, this is logged in as a different user, but here, hold on a second. Interesting. I think I'm logged in as Paul coding after 30, not my normal username. Hold on, I'll show you. So here's my other Discord channel, and you know, I'm part of Strapi. Like Bram just told me about Teleport. You know, and you know, I'm in Next.js community. I am in Free Code Camp. I joined the Astro community. I'm in the Remix community. And so the point is to hang out in those communities of the tech and the things that you want to build, and engage with people in conversation, share things, and start there. That's number one. Second, nice, Jazz, you're awesome. You do everything. That's fantastic. Once you are on Discord, right, then what I would suggest, go to physical meetups, find physical meetups. You have, and to your point, Jazz, you have to do everything 100%. And then after that, what I started to recently do, and this is the last thing I wanted to talk about today, is hang out at Reddit. And my karma sucks, I'm just hanging out, but answering questions, helping people out, not just consuming Reddit, but yeah, and interesting, good question. So yeah, and then answering questions. So I started to kind of help out, give my feedback, and you know, and then you know, you could get people like upvote and whatever. But the most important part here, the exercise here, is that what you're doing is you're finding things that you like, and you're providing value by answering questions. And it's not so much, let me grow my karma, but you're actually practicing answering questions. So that makes you better understand the tech that you're using. You're engaged in a community, you're helping people out. And this could lead to making friends, like finding other connections. But more importantly, you engage in the community, and you are actively improving your knowledge based on the tech that you want. Like for me, like I hang out in Strapi a lot, like Remix, Next.js, and so on. So I recently started, and I also started to do the same thing on Stack Overflow. Yes, I started my Stack Overflow 9 years ago, but I've never gave back. I never answered questions. I never helped out. So I recently started, hence my reputation is really low. But the idea is, it's like people will ask questions, and there might be questions you don't know the answer to, right? Take the time, see if you could figure out the answer, and share that conversation, you know, on Stack Overflow, you know. And so by answering questions, and notice how this is not consuming stuff and then leaving the community. No, you got to provide value to the community. So by sharing stuff at meetups, giving talks, I suggest everybody give a talk. My first talk sucked, my second talk sucked, and then they eventually got better. Participate on Discord, right? Like hang out communities and, you know, answer questions, help out, right? Participate on Reddit and Stack Overflow, and share cool things you're building on Twitter. So start there first, focus on building in public, engage in the community will lead you to more opportunities that you think. And this is how I got hired at Strapi, literally because I engaged with the community and participated. And then after that, you could have a blog, you could have a YouTube channel, but they're not, like Bogey said, they're not that important. In my mind, I think for what I do is important because I do find a lot of opportunities, but that would be what I would recommend and what I would suggest. And so let's do the last questions, open questions. Any questions you have about anything, even life in general, go ahead and ask. I hope you enjoyed what we covered today. If you have any questions about anything that we talked about, let me know. But more, and if you haven't smashed the like button, you don't have to, but don't smash it for me, smash it for the awesome folks hang out. So since I'm also like building a lot of projects now, I started my, I continue to build upon the Next.js project that I have. I just started a remix project that I'm working on, and because I really in love with Astro, and I'm gonna work with Astro, build some sort of like tech stack that allows someone to easily use it to build projects for their clients. Because I'm gonna be doing that anyway, I think I'm gonna start doing live coding sessions where I'm gonna talk about like what I learned. I'm not the best developer, so don't expect me to give you some amazing like knowledge that you can't find yourself, but at least I'm going to show you what it's like coding, the process I take, how I figure things out, how I discover things. But I'm going to share basically, you know, how I build those projects, and we're going to focus mostly on Remix, Astro, Next.js, just because I'm a React person, and HTML and CSS. And if you're interested, I think I'm going to start those on Fridays. I'm not sure if it's 8 p.m. CST time or 9 p.m. CST time, but I think I'm gonna start doing live coding. If you want to join, you can. If you don't want to join, that's fine too. But I know people have been asking about me bringing that back. And again, please note that I'm not like a 10x developer. I'm like man, I don't even know how I build things, to be honest. But it's all cool because by building, so here's why I think live coding school. Number one, it shows the reality of what's coding like to beginners starting out. They see that it's not picture perfect, and the fact that you stumble, you have bugs, and that's normal part of coding. And the most important part is actually the process of how you figure out the answer when you don't know something, right? And that's why I want to get back on doing those. The second thing, by coding together in the community, yeah, he's not yet Derek. If you know Derek at Strapi community, he's like, oh my, he knows everything, even though he says he doesn't know anything. But especially if it's front end related, because he's not a developer, which he is a developer. He's very smart. But what I was saying is that also by engaging in stream, you might see me making a mistake, and you could offer me a solution or a better way of doing something. So it's a great way for everybody to learn. So those are going to be Friday, either 8 p.m. CST time or 9 p.m. CST time, but I'm going to bring those back. So typically I'm going to do live stream like this, and this stream is just literally just catch up with you in the community, chat live in chat. If anybody wanted to share their story on stream, like Bram, Bogey, he came on stream before, you're always welcome. If you're not shy, or even if you are shy but you just want to do it anyway, always invitations welcome. But so this Sunday stream is more like, let's hang out together on a Sunday. Let me talk about a bunch of stuff I'm doing and hopefully find some value. And then Friday nights, I'm going to share a live coding stream. And then once a week, I'll have a video that I'll release on the YouTube channel. So there's going to be three things a week that I'm going to do on my YouTube channel. A YouTube video that I'm going to publish, a coding live stream, and then let's chat live stream. I think that's awesome. No, Bram, you were fine. You were fine. Like, I don't really like, you had a lot of good stuff to say, and who cares? Who cares? You know what? Like, and I would have you anytime again anyway. Listen, don't worry about, like, yeah, it's fine. Funny thing is, it's like, this is the thing that I love about the development community, especially like a Strapi. We have people from everywhere, from India, you know, Turkey, from Netherlands, from Europe, from Texas, from, like, it's so amazing. Such a cool community, and I'd love to keep doing. So let's see, like, any final questions before we end? I know it's if you're in the States, it's a holiday weekend. Nice. Yeah, no, it's funny. Go ahead and ask, but I'm gonna continue to do these streams regardless if you watch them or not, because one of the things, so to answer a question, why do I do YouTube, and why I need to write more blogs? I don't write enough blogs, but I need to start. I've wrote few. So actually, let me just share this as an example here. So the reason why I do YouTube channel, like before, and if you have questions, definitely ask. The reason why I do YouTube channel is because I want to improve my ability to talk about code on the fly. So I want to feel comfortable talking about code that I write in front of other people, because I think that will improve my interview skills, because I'll be very comfortable talking about the projects I coded and build. And then also I started, I released some of my blog posts on Strapi website where I work. I also do on dev.to, I think. I forgot what the website is. I don't post there much, but this is something that I want to do, is I want to start releasing more blog posts, because when you're coding and you writing, you saw the kitty. Yep, the kitty's here. I have 2 cats. She's amazing. Say hello. Yeah, I have 2 cats, and sometimes if my stream turns off, you know why. You know why. But so the reason why I do YouTube is because I want to improve my communication skills and be able to talk about the code that I write on the fly, because I feel that improves my interview skills. And the reason why you would do a blog, or at least write good README files in your project, is because it teaches you how to communicate in writing. And the idea for me is to improve my technical writing, because as a developer, you are going to write documentation or README files. And so I, started kind of like, writing articles that are like technically explain how to do something, and I would recommend people give this a shot and do it as well, because it's only going to make you a better developer, and it's also a good way to reiterate to yourself what you're learning. So that's why I do YouTube channel, and this is why I'm going to start posting. And now that I discovered Astro, I'm going to create Coding After 30 website again, because I shut it down, because don't ask, I have too many projects going on. And so and I'm going to start writing and doing stuff. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So I highly suggest. And hold on a second. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, we saw this one. Oh my God, kitty. So, yep, pretty. Yay. I love cats. Let's see here. But and then, yeah, I'm not sure if Bram, you saw this question. I'm doing everything I can to get out here. Very awesome, because that's what it takes, to be honest. Can you recommend some communities? I joined a few, but I'm always looking for more. You could join Strapi community. Strapi community is pretty awesome, because we have open office hours at Strapi from 12:30 p.m. CST time, and we hang out. And a lot of times we do talk about Strapi. Sometimes we talk about things outside of Strapi, and we talk about general development stuff. And I've learned a lot just participating in that conversation. Yeah, and then definitely, yep, and then yeah, Bram did answer, fantastic. Yeah, and it does depend, what you're working on. And like I showed, I participate Remix, Next, Astro, Strapi, because those are the places. While yeah, some those are the technologies I use, or at least write good readmes. Yeah, some voluminous repos didn't even have any. Listen, I'm bad because I just created this Astro repo, and it doesn't have a README in it, which is like, I'm gonna work on that when I get a chance. Not today though, not today. But yeah, it's super important, and it will allow people to have a pleasant experience with your code base. Yeah, so yeah, like very important. So if you don't have any more questions, I know we've been hanging out here for an hour. Going once, going twice. Last questions, come on, ask if you have them. They'll open it to like chat, and if not, you know, we did an hour, we could end it here as well. Usually I end with a new song that I made because I've been learning music, but I haven't really gotten anything done yet because I've been too excited about Remix and Astro and just building stuff, which is insane. Okay, they want the kitty. The kitty left the table. She's chasing a fly right now, so I can't. But next time I should do. So I have a second camera. I should set it up, kitty cam, and so like you could see my cats during the stream. I think that'll be more entertaining. And then Jess says, yeah, show the kitty. And then Jess says, no, Jim. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing now, though. Also need to check my old repos to make them more descriptive. I have a lot of bad repos, to be honest, but the repos that I do publicly share more and kind of want other people to participate in, I do try to put an effort, but something I gotta improve is, yeah, writing README files. This is something that I'm working to improve as well. So, but yeah, so with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed what we did today. So next Friday, I'm gonna post it in Discord and post it on the channel. I think it's either going to be 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. CST time. On Friday, I'm going to do live coding. And then Sunday, we're going to do this catch-up stream. We will all chat together. But with that being said, I love you all. You're all the best. And without you, like, this channel would not exist. So thank you for all your love and support. And I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. And if it's evening and tomorrow's Monday, I'm sorry. But hopefully you have a great Monday and great week too. But with that being said, always fun, always awesome. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.